This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I think Danny, I hope Danny loves this. Musician Alex Melton just covered Green Day's American Idiot, but he turned it into a country anthem.
Don't want to be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media. Can't you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal my America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien nation, where everything is meant to be okay.
I've never wanted a Coors Light more in my entire life. I got one for you right back here.
Hey, throw it over here. Let's go. It's Friday. Goodness. I don't hate it.
You know, it's funny that you say me because I normally probably would not like this. Yeah. However, I follow this guy on YouTube because he does a bunch of pop punk covers in the country, and he does such a great job. I can't hate it.
Yeah, on paper, I was like, this is not going to go well.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you listen to it, and they call it bro country.
Yeah.
Which I never even heard it be, like that was a genre, that's bro country, but sign me up.
Yeah.
It just feels good.
It really does. And dude, it's so funny what will make a song amazing depending on how much you change it. It is really, and I, you don't even know. I mean, you probably know more about it, Steve, because you're in the business and you make music and everything. But just like slowing a song down, speeding a song up, or just making slight changes turns it to being like, it's a cool song to, wow, that is a great song, just by making a slight change.
See, those are the moments where you just realize just how great of a song it is. Like, that you can mess with it and do some different things, and it still sounds good. That's just a testament to the songwriting ability of Billy Joe. But we got to check with Billy Joe to see what he thought of it. And he said, "What the f-?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, look, sometimes artists do not want you messing with their work, so I can appreciate his harsh response.
I would love to be in a room with the guys in Green Day when if they ever hear this. I don't know if it's ever on their radar. Part of me thinks that they just wouldn't be too cool with it.
I think they would, honestly. I think because Billy Joe did all those like quarantine covers with his kids and stuff. So at that point, I bet you he'd be like, "This is amazing."
See, here's the thing:
old school Billy Joe would have been.
What the?
Yes, like Steve, I would want to be in the room with 25, 26-year-old Billy Joe, and then have him hear that. Yeah, I think it would be different than 40-something Billy Joe.
It's funny because this Alex Melton guy, he does like the "I Miss You" by Blink-182, but it's called "I Miss Y'all."
I miss y'all.
I miss y'all.
He's having fun. This guy's having fun.
Dude, it's awesome. He does like Sum 41 country. He does Metro Station, Panic at the Disco. Like that. This is what he does, and he does
Slipknot.
He does all of them so well.
I don't even know if we could play that because I don't know if the language on that would be all that great.
Yeah, you better be careful.
But he does, Duality, a country version of Slipknot.
Well, he beeped out though. Maybe it's okay because he did. But the one we had, he did beep out the bad word in American Idiot. So I don't know. Maybe we could play it. But do you want to take the chance? I probably.
You know what? Let's live on the edge. It's Friday.
I send it to Rev so he can maybe kind of listen to it before.
Well, before we get to it, then Marty and Yelm, he wanted to say, "Oh God, make it stop," and just noted a country.
Well,
I guess I'm a fan of the bro country. I don't mind that kind of country.
I'm not, but when he does it to one of my songs, I'm like, I'll give it a pass.
Yeah,
I can't do like the bro country for some reason.
For me, there's not a lot of genres that I don't like. So, but that's because I'm a pop guy. So, usually you get exposed to a lot when you like pop music. And there's some stuff I don't like, but country, that was my first job. So I learned to really I loved what everybody loved about it. And this was old school country. It's not modern country, that's for sure. So
you were Bobby Joe Shea.
That's right.
Cowboy hat.
That was me, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Joe Shea.
And Bobby Joe Shea.
He was Bobby Joe Shea.
I like it.
And I had a cowboy hat. Again, this is Boston where I had no country stuff. So I went and got a cowboy hat that was like 3 sizes too small. And they took my picture and they thought, okay, maybe he's trying to look like an idiot. We don't know, but we're going to go with this.
You look like Marty in Back to the Future 3.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of my country music, my country DJ. Would I be Stevie Bill Miggs?
Why not?
That doesn't flow like as Bobby Joe.
No.
I have to change my middle name.
Yeah.
Well, you can if you want to. Sure. Stevie Ray. Right?
Stevie Ray Miggs. Yeah.
That's what you do.
I was thinking Stevie Nick Miggs, but
All right, listen.
Stevie Williams.
Stevie Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going, ow.
Okay, so I've listened to a little bit of the Slipknot country version.
Yeah.
Just in case, Danny, be ready. But I think this is a safe little segment here.
All right.
Till my face collapsed, I've waited last, my time's elapsed. Now all I do is live with so much faith. I wish for this, I wish for that. I left behind this little fact. Can I kill what you did not create? Well, I gotta say what I gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away. But I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. Well, I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems I won't be past. You laugh at me, you let me no choice.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
See, so good.
And if you go back and you listen to the actual Duality, it's like night and day, but that's actually pretty cool.
It's a good, that's, like you said, Steve, man, a good song, can be put in different places.
Well, good for this guy, man.
Yeah, and I don't know who came first, if we should give Leo the nod for giving people the idea to basically just cross genre anything.
Oh, it's been going on way before Leo. He just, and obviously, he went a whole other level with the quality of what he was doing. But, there's been a lot of guys doing this kind of stuff. And Leo definitely stands out because he does a great job of it. But this guy as well, he's killing it.
He does. He also does like pop punk covers. So he does like if Nickelback's Photograph was a pop punk song.
The same dude?
Yeah.
Oh, look at Alex Melton showing that he can play any format. Look at him. All right. That's very cool. Well, there you go. Alex Melton is his name. I'm sure you can get lost on YouTube and get all of his stuff like Danny.
Yeah, he's got a ton of videos on there.
There you go.
Like one person said, country music just makes me angry. Something with the combination of instruments and the twang, it just hits a nerve wrong.
That twang can piss people off, yeah.
Yeah, it took a while. I couldn't get anybody to listen to my show when I first started in radio because, again, Boston proper, the city, did not have a country station for years. So you had to go out in the sticks where you really couldn't hear it. There were small signal radio stations. So when I told everybody, hey, everybody, in the 80s, I got a job at a country station, it was like saying that I went out and I did really bad things to people because Boston was like, we do not want to even hear about country.
Did you have like a catchphrase? Like, hey, it's Bobby Joe Shea, and I'm about to ride this horse off into the sunset. Thanks for listening.
Where were you, Steve? Where were you? I needed you know what I needed was a hype man. That's what I needed. I would have had the number one show if I had you as my hype man.
It's Bobby Joe Shea with the yeehaw hit of the week.
Here's Stevie Ray Miggs. What you got to say, Stevie? Ow! Oh, this would have been perfect. You know what? We would have been a hit.
I just do an animal sound. I don't even have anything else to say.
That's all you have to do now. Yeah. That's all you do. Stevie Ray, what are you doing? You do a sheep. You do all the great animals. Oh, my God. We would have been a hit.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Boston Country WDLW with Bobby J and Stevie Ray.
He would have been something.
We would have been amazing.
Rev, we would have been unemployed.
Look.
It would have been a fun run for like 2 weeks.
Hold on, the stories would last a lifetime. You're telling me for 2 weeks all you did was animal noises.
Yeah.
Yes. And I thought it was going to work.
It would have worked, I'm telling you.
The country station was called The Barn.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on the radio for a long time doing country music. And what we just did now was better than anything I had ever done in my career.
That's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We probably would have been a hit. Rev, this was like over 30 years ago. Steve and I would have been a hit. Yeah. We would have been a hit.
We would have been trailblazers.
Yeah, we would have been, man. Oh, Stevie, where were you? Oh, yeah, you were like an infant probably. Yeah. Oh, well.
I was peeing myself.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You would have been just like a lot of people I worked with, so that would have worked.
Wow.
Yeah. We got a 6-year-old that just called 911 all because of her Barbie dolls. Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learned to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Mix Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Mix Report. And today is a very special day if you're a bobblehead, because it's National Bobblehead Day.
Oh, wow.
Does anyone have a bobblehead?
Yeah, the Funko bobbleheads now. Yeah, I've got a couple of them.
I didn't know Funko made bobbleheads.
Yeah, some of them are just the normal heads, but I got a couple of the bobbly ones.
I feel like the only bobbleheads I have are, for the most part, are Mariners bobbleheads that have been like those giveaway ones. I have a Kyle Seager one, which now I appreciate even more that he's no longer playing baseball. He retired as a Mariner, and that's kind of cool. I have a Felix one.
Yep. And he's out of baseball too. Look
Ken
at
Griffey
you.
Jr.
It seems like you don't have anybody relative, is what you're saying.
Well, what do you want from me?
Not sure what I want from you, sir, but you seem like one of those guys that can't name a Mariner.
I have the King 5 mascot, Mike, the mascot from back in the day, as a bobblehead.
Oh, the microphone head guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that's a good bobblehead.
That one, that's like probably my favorite of my bobbleheads. And then I also have a Tacoma Tacoma.
I love Tacoma.
What am I, from Minnesota? A Tacoma Sabercats goalie bobblehead from back when there was a hockey team.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
You've just given me a tour of your desk area again. I totally know. Every time you say, oh, yeah, that's right. Those are all on Steve's desk.
Oh, and then some guy that I think he's the coach of the Portland Pickles, and they had a bobblehead night when we were there one time for Munson's bachelor party thing. We were wasting.
I got news for you, man.
They're all very random.
If I was on the Portland Pickles and they made a bobblehead after me, that would be a win. Like, I would be like, I've achieved greatness in my life.
Yeah, I was bummed, though, because the other bobblehead, it was a different night, was going to be the mascot, the Portland Pickle.
Oh, damn.
I would have much rather the pickle mascot than the guy. I don't know who the hell the guy is.
Yeah, you're right. You did get robbed.
But, I'm kind of like, I'm burying the lead because really today, the big day is, it's National Pass Gas Day. So today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Feel free to let them rip. Unless you're in my house and your wife yells at you.
Yeah. Are you going to do it today? Are you going to celebrate and just give it a shot, or you think you're going to get too much grief?
I mean, dude, we got into an argument last night over me farting. I don't need to push the issue.
Really?
Push too hard.
You on the eve of National Fart Day?
I didn't even know that. And yesterday was National Bean Day. It seems like they were put together.
Well, how would you not know that? I mean, Bean Day is obviously going to lead to Fart Day. I mean, that's just how it works.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but no inside peek in my world. When I'm going number one, more often than not, a fart comes out because I'm pushing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's if anyone's ever spent time in a bathroom with you, they know that's always a possibility.
Can confirm.
Right. So this is happening, and I hear in the background, gross, bad. And I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm in the bathroom. I should be allowed to fart in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, is the door closed or open?
No, she's right next to me at the sink.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Well, see, that's the problem. I mean
not right next to me. That's weird if the toilet was right by the sink. But, in the same room.
Yeah, but if you door open it, then, yeah, she does have a right. If you door close it and she says
Whose side
something,
are you guys on, man?
Well, what are you door opening in the bathroom? Who goes? Even though I'm married, I still be like, I'm going to shut the door. I'm sorry. And I want you to shut the door.
But the toilet's just like in its own little thing, and it's got that little door. That takes a lot of flexibility to get it to close.
I have no idea what kind of house you have, sir, but I didn't realize you have a Cirque du Soleil toilet. I mean, I do feel sorry for you.
I thought the ultimate sign of love and marriage and all that was to be able to go to the bathroom in front of each other.
No, Vicky,
would
you ever want to do that?
Please don't.
Yeah, what do you want to do taking a deuce in front of you?
No,
number one should be fine.
Well, number one's fine.
Yeah, number two, I go in the other room.
Well, that's like Steve's a dude. He was peeing.
But he's gone into number two territory. Steve knows that happened, so he's got to shut the door.
I didn't know it was going to happen. It just happened.
Farts are totally allowed in the bathroom. Doesn't matter. If you're in the bathroom, it's a safe zone. You can fart.
Well, what's the difference then? You might as well drop deuces in front of each other if you're going to let gas pass.
If I'm dating somebody and he is not okay with me farting in front of him, then I'm just throwing the whole boyfriend out. I don't want him.
Plus, I'm still doing COVID tests.
Yes.
Oh, right. You are doing God's work. Yeah. You're doing God's work.
It's hard to get those tests these days, so I need to rip butt more.
That's a good point. You're absolutely right. They're hard to come by. People are doubling the price of those things. You might as well.
Oh, dude. You went from $20 for the at-home to $50, I think. I saw something.
Oh, yeah. It's there are some companies, I won't mention their names because they're big companies. People are looking at them going, gouge much?
Right?
Yeah, really. It's like, I understand you don't have any more, but why does that mean they should be more expensive? I mean, I think that concept is so brutal.
See, I'm glad I asked for a COVID test for Christmas. I've got a whole bunch of them.
Dude, that would have, honestly, I should have.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I have to, I got to figure out how, I got some coming that I got at the regular price. I hope they get here in time because I want to go do stuff.
Don't admit to it. Someone might porch pirate you.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said that.
So did Steve just admit to it peeing in the sink? Yeah, don't we all? No, I'm kidding.
Wait, what?
I was in the toilet. She was at the sink.
Okay, let's you know what? We knew what you were talking about, though. We know you pee in the sink on a regular basis.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to Alabama, where there's a girl by the name of Addie, and she's adorable. She's 6 years old.
Aww.
She was having a hard time finding her Barbie doll or her baby shark doo toy. So while her mom was in the shower, she did what most kids would do, and that's call 911 to see if they could help find the dolls because she felt they were stolen by a bandit.
Oh.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hello, some of my toys are missing.
Some of your toys are missing?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your mommy at?
She's in the shower.
What toys are missing, sweetheart?
My Barbie.
Your Barbies are gone?
Yes, my baby shark toys.
your baby shark toys are gone too?
Mm-hmm. I think the bandit stole them.
I love she used the word bandit.
I know.
I love that.
That's the best part.
That's a great word, and I love she's got that in her vocabulary.
And I love that she found the right 911 operator. Sometimes you hear some of these 911 operators like, hurry up and get to the point. You're bothering me with it. Like that 911 operator was having fun with the kid.
And dude, let's just say the good news is that we've trained our children to be able to call 911 in case of anything, and this kid knows how to do it. And, in her world, this is an emergency. I mean, a thief stole her stuff in her mind.
Well, it turns out the thief did not steal her stuff because her mom later cleared up the mystery of the missing toys. She took them to Goodwill.
I was going to say,
no.
What is because she just got new toys for Christmas.
She got rid of the old toys.
So it was a bandit.
You've got to know your kid. You have to, before you make moves like that, do you have a kid that's kind of oblivious, or do you have a kid that notices everything? You got to notice, you got to know before you pull a move like that.
I know, even right now, we're trying to get rid of some of Tatum's toys, but we can't do it around her because when she sees us taking something that was her a toy that she enjoyed when she was 3 months old or whatever, she starts playing with it again. You're like, well, crap. Dude, trying to make space there, kid.
You gotta go let her just go, I don't want this anymore. When you give it to her, she goes, I don't want it. Then you can put it in the pile, and you can't make those moves.
Seahawks, big game this Sunday. Will they end with a W to go into the non-playoffs?
Sad. It's the last Blue Friday of the year.
You can make it Blue Friday next year if you want. It's through the playoffs, even though they're not in it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
No, I didn't think so. Taking on the Arizona Cardinals, so that should be hey, we'll see what happens. It could be it could be Pete Carroll's last game as a Seahawks coach. It could be Russell Wilson's last game as a quarterback. I don't know if Bobby Wagner's playing. He was kind of up in the air about it. Thankfully, his injury wasn't as bad as some people thought, but he might be done for the season. We'll see what happens, but Russell Wilson did do a press conference yesterday.
Oh, he did?
Like he usually does. He was talking to the media, and there's a guy by the name of Corbin Smith who, you've seen him on King 5 with the fifth quarter. He's also a reporter for Sports Illustrated. He also hosts his own podcast called Locked on Seahawks. And he asked a good question. He was just like, hey, Russ, why haven't you outright just shut down all these trade rumors? Whenever people bring it up, you just say you hope to be back with the Seahawks, despite you having the control when it comes to a no trade clause.
It's a good question.
And Russ broke it down for him.
Corbin, when it comes to a no trade clause in sports, the main reason is so teams can't trade somebody to anywhere. That's the number one reason, right? Because in sports, you can wake up the next morning, you're gone somewhere else. That's the number one reason. I think going back to your main question though, for me, I think what I'm really super passionate about, obviously, my goal is to win more Super Bowls, and my plans to win them here. It's that simple. I think that's, and so that's there's nothing really else other than that.
Let's go, Russ.
Yeah. If you break down what he said, though, and I give Russ credit because, he answered that with class, but there's truth in what he just said. He said, what, my goal is to win more Super Bowls, because the question was, why haven't you shut down all the trade talks? The first answer, my goal is to win more Super Bowls. And then he said, my plan is to do it here. But the first answer is, why haven't I shut down the trade talks? My goal is to win more Super Bowls. He does not want to sit here on a team where that's not going to happen.
You might be jumping to a conclusion.
You're reading too much into that.
You could be right.
Look, psychology is an amazing thing. The first answer out of somebody's mouth.
That wasn't even the first answer. The first thing he said pretty much was saying, I don't have control over being traded or not. Yeah,
that was about but they said, let me get back to your main question, and that was the first thing out of his mouth. He explained the no trade clause.
Let's listen to it again.
Go ahead. When he says, let me get back to your main question, what's the first thing he says?
All right. Let's hear it.
Corbin, when it comes to no trade clause in sports, the main reason is so teams can't trade somebody to anywhere. That's the number one reason, right? Because in sports, you can wake up the next morning, you're gone somewhere else. That's the number one reason. I think going back to your main question though, for me, I think what I'm really super passionate about, obviously, my goal is to win more Super Bowls, and my plans to win them here. It's that simple. I think that's
a great answer.
That's there's nothing really else other than.
What was his first answer, Steve?
His goal is to win more Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You might be right.
I know I'm right.
Speak with such
I know
confidence.
I'm right. That's why, again, why won't you shut down the trade talks was the question. Because he wants to win more Super Bowls, wants to win them here, but if it's not looking good, he's going to go, you know what, I'll go somewhere else because I want to win more Super Bowls. I think it's very reasonable.
Do you think even though he has the no trade clause, that he's also in the back of his like, yeah, the team could still come to me and say, hey, we want to trade you here. Would you remove the trade clause for New York or for New Orleans or whatever it may be? And that's something that is a reality for a lot of football players.
Yeah, I feel like, here's what I think, though. When you're Russell Wilson, you're not a young quarterback anymore. How much time do you want to spend trying to build a team into a Super Bowl contender? And then you got to look at New York and you got to look at New Orleans. That's why you have a no trade clause. You want to go to a team where you go, like Tom Brady. You want to go to a team where it's like, it will not take a long time for me to get back to the big game. And in Tom Brady's case, man, it didn't take him any time at all.
Like, better stay here, BJ.
Yeah, I would love it. And he said that. He wants to stay here. I think he's throwing a shot out there like, guys, figure it out. Which is, in my opinion, figure out an offensive line that will keep me from getting killed. Or I wish the question would be, Russell, can you run around anymore? I mean, that's really what I want to know. Or are you no longer that mobile quarterback?
Why ask the question? Just start chasing him and find out the answer that way.
Well, I think, having an overweight with no upper body strength guy chasing Russell Wilson is not a good example of whether or not he can elude NFL players. But all right, I'll give it a shot.
One text says, I 100% agree with BJ. Russ is saying if this team doesn't turn it around, he's going to leave to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I think that's very reasonable. Because the Hawks, I think the Hawks have got to figure it out. I think they just, and even though Mitch hates me hearing it, they don't know what they want to do. And except you paid him a lot of money, so make him your star and give him whatever he needs.
Hate's a strong word. I think Mitch just dislikes you, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't not hate me. I said he hates when I say.
Oh,
yeah. Mitch and I.
Breaking news: Mitch hates BJ.
Yeah. All right,
Mitch, why do you gotta hate BJ?
Wow, Mitch, I can't believe it. Let's ask him at the next press conference. Just reasonably go. Why do you hate BJ, Mitch?
All right, real quick, one more sports story, just because this is just insane that this happened. I feel for the broadcaster because you just probably didn't even think that something like this could happen. So there's a broadcaster by the name of Glenn Consor who does the games for the Washington Wizards basketball team, and he was talking about Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. And while he was talking about him, he made a mention about Kevin's dad that he now has to apologize for, because when he was talking about Kevin's dad, he just figured Kevin's dad was Kevin Porter, who was a basketball player in the NBA back in the day.
Oh.
Turns out that's not the case. Kevin Porter Jr.'s dad is not Kevin Porter, the basketball player. Kevin Porter's dad is a guy that's no longer with us, who at one point pled guilty to first-degree manslaughter and served jail time.
Oh, damn.
And the reason why he has to apologize is because of what he said during the game about Kevin's dad.
What a well-designed play. And you got to give credit. Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled that trigger right at the right time. Oh, that one stung.
Oh, my God. Okay. What are the odds?
Either the odds are just amazing, or do you think he was being a jerk?
No.
And he's using the excuse, so I thought it was the other guy. Probably not. Probably not.
I mean, that just seems like, why would you even go down that road?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot of effort.
It does feel like just a horrible coincidence of badly choiced words and assumptions.
Do you think, like, someone had to pull him aside and be like, yeah, that guy you were talking about, Kevin's dad, he didn't pull a trigger in basketball, but he pulled a trigger in real life.
Oh, man.
You know, he probably was just like, you got to be kidding me. I never would have thought in a million years that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I hope, if it really truly was a mistake, I hope he doesn't get in a lot of trouble or any trouble for this. Hopefully people can make mistakes, right?
Yeah, I would think so. And he's just apologizing to Kevin Porter Jr., the player, because obviously that's something, that he probably feels bad that he brought that up, not knowing that what he was bringing up actually was a lot more hardcore than he realized.
Look, I can't throw stones because I really don't know either player. I don't know Kevin Porter, the basketball player, who's not his dad, and I don't know Kevin Porter Jr. So,
well, that's why you didn't get the job as the broadcaster for the Washington Wizards.
I would probably not have said pull the trigger, though. I will tell you that. I put that right on the cover letter. Guess what I won't do? I won't use the phrase pull the trigger. I won't do that.
Hey, as far as weather, it's going to be 49 degrees. It's going to suck because it's going to rain.
Oh. I mean, it is balmy out there compared to, what we had just, maybe a week or a week and a half ago.
It's not frozen. I'm happy about that.
That is a very good point. It's not 32 degrees. Hey, Migs Report brought to you by the Snoqualmie Casino, and that's what's up.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What is the name of Captain Hook's ship?
The Jolly Rancher.
No.
The Pirates of Bootylicious.
No.
Bootylulu.
No.
You know, really, the Jolly Rancher is the best wrong answer, I think, in the history of Beat Migs.
Yeah.
Especially when I thought I did say the Jolly Roger.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, you want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 650 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of a Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.